It's week 8 of the NFL, and the focus is on Patrick Queen. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Steelers and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewert here with you as we get set for a division rematch, Brock. One side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. Yeah. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the paper. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
Returning it from the 4. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Man in motion here. First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Slot man motioned over. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. So now here's 3rd and 5. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Blown back, it's the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We'll pause here. There's someone injured after that play. And, yeah, it's their tight end, Mark Andrews. Here's 2nd and 11. Finds him over the middle. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers side of the field.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He has the first over the middle. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. And the Steelers going nickel, 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He sends this one to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Steelers, they're off to a great start defensively. They forced a turnover on the opening possession. Well, hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And his defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Offense off to a good start, Brock. Here's a 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory. Throwing now off play action. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Steelers first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Pass complete to Gibbs. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Justin Matabike making that stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Completed over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still first down.
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 13. He's got it near the 10. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
They just get the play off. Escapes the pocket. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They have it following that interception on the final play of the first quarter. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to the well again. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Lamar now from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And he takes this one back for the pick six. Well, a somewhat surprising way for us to begin the scoring here, Brock. And what it tells me is we could be in for a pretty wild type of game.
Yeah, I think you like wild, I like wild. Points can come in any variety in football, but you're right. When they start in this kind of fashion with the takeaway for 6, more often than not, stranger things occur.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Round as well, second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. Brought in right side. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson has him on the quick hitter. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. They start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss. Back to throw now, 3rd down. This has been a trend, yet another interception. A lot of grass ahead. And the Ravens are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block, and then for those offensive players to show the...
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And Brock, they are not up to a good start. 2 drives, 2 giveaways. I think they could call this a win if this drive just doesn't end in a turnover.
Yeah, there's got to be some voices of calm within this offense to play smart, not scared. Play smart and take care of the football, but you can't be scared to make a mistake, or typically one will follow.
And he runs this up close to midfield at about the 48. 2nd and 6 coming up here. from the 48. Finds a man, right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
From the 39. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Steelers set to punt it. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And they should be well rested. They were only out there for 1 play last drive, and they found the end zone. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Patrick Queen arranging in for...
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens pushing for a score before the break. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Lamar back to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 1st down throw for Jackson. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And now it's 2nd down. And again, it's Jackson. Finds the in route complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Lamar throwing again. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Jackson yet again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. One of the tight ends in motion left. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to tuck it and run. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. From the red zone now. Complete out to the right side. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And this, a 6-point differential as they've gone to halftime. The Browns locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head up to our nation's capital to check in on the Commanders at home in Landover. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Jaden Daniels has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Titans trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Starting from the 5. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And his start to the season has been special, hasn't it? The way he's played, it's no surprise at all that he's leading the NFL in passing. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Buys time, rolling right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. What a hit, and the ball's loose. And they scoop it up. They can still run with it. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 47. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incomplete.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing from the gun here. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now give left side. No one around. He's got space. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
That one right down the middle. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Pickens, the motion man right. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Here we go, 2nd and 9. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Escapes the pocket. It's a 21-yard gain. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Back now, pressure on its way. Has it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Gibbs can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Steelers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. And they steal it back on the return.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Baltimore running its offense out now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Finding Flowers. And he's down. It looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Completed to Flowers. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. All right, I'll set up now, 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. Brought in right side. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They kick the running back in motion. Jackson's going to throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Steelers go to a dime set. Must be thinking pass on this 3rd down. Couple additional DBs brought in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Steelers and George Pickens set for this next possession. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. Forced out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a throw. He's on the move. And he's brought down after a short gain. Third and just 2 to go. He'll throw it. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
They needed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve third down and 4. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And, of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. The Ravens ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And his touchdown, another one for him this season as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Running it now out of the gun. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. It's an option left. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in. He's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 16-yard line.
From the 16. He's got a man left. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Lamar throwing again. On the move, headed right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Pass play on 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. 2nd and 3 now. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 44. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down. Throwing from the gun. Trying for the deep ball. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it's 2nd down coming up. In off to Gibbs from the gun. Across midfield to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 32-yard line. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Steelers losing by 7. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on 1st. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. When we bring this game to a close, Brock, I think one of the stories we're all going to be talking about is the type of showing this guy's had, not spinning the ball, but running it.
It's been just gritty. It's been determined, kid. It's been tough. And when they needed a play, he's dug deep and he's willed this offense forward.
And he gets them the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Finds the in route complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Jackson yet again. Completed over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. A tight end in motion now. On 1st down, Jackson. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Again, it's Jackson to the air. And they can't bring gets into that red zone at the 19. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see one possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They couldn't quite get the job done in regulation, but the home crowd rising now to fire them up and help them finish the job right away in OT. First throw of overtime now. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
They'll run now on second down. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. Absolutely crushed his first punch, and here's another huge one. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Escapes the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Pulled in at the 20. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Ravens trotting out their offense. Each offense has had a chance to score now, Brock. Neither one could, so we're in a sudden death. The next score wins it.
And wouldn't it be great, Kate, if we saw one of these defenses just take a turnover back for the winning touchdown? Really just surprise everybody here.
Love that.
It'll be a little tougher to do now, though. Both offenses a little more settled in, and you've got to imagine a little more sense of urgency.
First down throw for Jackson. All the left side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss. All right, here we go. Second down.
A loss of 2. Brings up second and 12.
Tight end going in motion here. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Putting a receiver in motion. Second and 12 behind the sticks. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. And the kick team comes on. A chance to win it here in overtime. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout, as they'll be left with just 1 more to work with here in OT. This is biggest moment of the game so far. An important field goal try here. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect